One of the things I did is I only did it for the supervisor. So I wouldn't do it for everybody. Some people that I've talked to about it would like to just post it on the board in the break room so everybody can see how everybody's doing. Some people in our company want that. Yeah, and I just, you know, some people look at this system and they go, wow, this seems cold and callous. If you know me and you know our organization, it's just the opposite of that. You know, today we retain over 95% of all of our employees. We are ranked as the 4th best employer in the state of Ohio. I'm very proud of our culture. I care more about people than I do about making money inside our organization. I love the people I work with. It's my family. I work with my wife. How many people in this room work with their wives or spouses? It's nonstop for me. I don't ever stop working. I go home at night and I work. I work on the weekends. I always work. These people have been in my life for 10 years. I know these people. I know their families and everything about them. I'm not going to put something in place that's going to make them hate us or not want to be around us. They love this system. They don't like it. They love this system. It's one of the greatest things that's ever happened to our company. But in the beginning, it's pain. One of the rules of the program is that we discourage subjective measures. Highly, highly discourage subjective measures. I want objective measures only because I want you to be able to pull a report just like I do. Everybody in here has a receptionist, right? How are you going to measure your receptionist, whether she did a good job or a bad job? Right? There's one right away. Well, how do we do it? We said we want you to answer the phone within so many rings. Okay? She said, okay, I can do that. What's a fair number? She told me, well, you know, we get about 500 calls a day. So she says, you know, there's 2 of them. They want to get a certain amount in. They said I can do it within a couple rings. I said, fine. At first, how do we measure it? Now we put this out there. How are we going to measure it? Well, we had a supervisor from another department make 5 calls in a week, 1 a day, and see how many times it rang. That was the only way that we knew how to measure. Right? It's just a random audit. Then we got more sophisticated. You know what we did? We bought call counting software that hooks into our phone system, and then it just tells us on average what it is. Because what then ended up happening is, well, you called 5 times. When you called 5 times, it was at lunchtime, and I was the only one up there, and it didn't work out, so that's why I didn't hit it. Okay, well, that's fair. Let's redo the system. We change the EPS system for every employee. I literally change it every quarter. Some people we never change, but we always change somebody every quarter. Patient satisfaction scores. We use we actually have a third-party company that does the results for us, and then they send them back in, and they'll say that they ask, how was your nurse, how was your therapist, how was this person, those kind of things. So they measure it that way. They also, the results of what we do is documented through this OASIS system, and it tells what your outcomes are. Did the patient's outcomes improve? Or do they get better at doing this or that? So those are public information. One of the things that working for 85% of our business is under the Medicare umbrella. In order to do that, there's a lot of public information. You have to give a lot of information, but it also means a lot of information is readily available to determine and make it. So it's easier, somewhat easier for me to be able to get information, a real definitive information that's objective, to be able to say you're doing a good job or you're not. So we have that luxury. Every one of our staff uses a handheld PDA device to document and do everything. They all have email. They're all connected. So that's how we do it for them. The second year results, some of the shifts of the employees' response. Some people really started saying, you know what? I like the system. I'm starting to get a better feel for it. It works. You seem to be fair. You're consistent with it. I haven't been able to hit my goals yet. Some of them were concerned. Our days of sales outstanding started off at something like 60, 70 days, okay? And every quarter, we were doing much better. So their fear was, you're going to make it so low at some point, I'll never be able to hit it. So we came up with a bottom. We said if it was a perfect, one patient perfect, and we could collect the money, the best we could ever do is 20 days, ever. So we said, we'll never make your DSO below 30. We just made a bottom. We said, we know you're not there yet because right now you're at 70. So we're going to work our way down slowly. It may take 2 years, but it'll never go below 30. Okay? And every quarter we may notch it down. We know we want to get there. We're not there yet, and we're fine with that. We're willing to take baby steps to get there. But at some point, we'll never go below 30. So if you take this system and it's off the chart and you get it down to 20 all the time, I'm happy with it. Today, our DSO is at 17 days. It's been that way for a year. Our goal's 30. They're the best in the country at it. Literally the best in the country. Second year, 54 out of 82 hit outstanding goals. We're able to measure, there's 10,000 home health agencies in the country that do exactly what we do. A majority of those goals, when people hit this number, they're in the top 10% in the nation. When you give them, they hear that, and they know that what they're doing, they're in the top 10% in the country at what they do. Just that alone, let alone the pay, it means a lot to them. They know how good they are at what they're doing. The first year we put it in place, we experienced a 68% growth in our core business. It was just incredible. The power of the people when they got behind it and they believed in it, and when we told them it's a collaborative effort and they believed it was a collaborative effort, it was awesome. Did we have turnover? Yeah, but we were turning over 20. We only kept 25% of our staff anyway. So yeah, did we lose people? Yeah, we lost people. There's no question about it. We lost them. Today, our retention rates are above 90%. This system isn't easy to do. It changed the entire culture of our company. It changed everything. Today, this system is who we are. I mean, it changes from a hiring standpoint. I'll give you an example. From a maintenance standpoint, today we use it in a pre-hiring process. We tell people up front, you're going to get a scorecard every week on your performance. Some of the people in this company are the top 10% in the country. Are you going to want to be measured like that? We got people say, oh, no. I'm out. They don't want it. And you know what? If we have performers that are doing good, they know that before too long, good isn't good enough. They don't want to be around. They don't want to be around us when they're just good performers.